It all started on a Tuesday, the most suspicious day of the week. Gary the raccoon had been watching the Italian restaurant across the street for weeks. He wasn't after trash like your average raccoon. No. Gary had class. He wanted spaghetti. Fresh. Hot. Al dente. Possibly with meatballs, depending on the mood of the chef. His plan was simple. Wait until closing time, sneak in through the back door, which he had personally loosened with tiny raccoon tools, and make off with a plate of spaghetti like a fluffy, masked gentleman thief. But Gary underestimated one thing. Carl the cat. Carl was the restaurant's unofficial security system. Not only did Carl hate raccoons, he also hated spaghetti. This made him a very bitter and alert guard. So at 11:59 p.m., as Gary tiptoed into the kitchen in his raccoon-sized ninja outfit, made from a child's sock and a lot of hope, Carl was already waiting on the counter, eyes glowing like tiny judgmental headlights. Gary froze. Carl licked his paw. Gary blinked. Carl blinked slower. Suddenly, mayhem. Gary lunged for the spaghetti. Carl lunged for Gary. A pot of marinara sauce flew through the air like an angry meteor. Meatballs bounced like savory ping-pong balls. Someone outside called 911 because they heard what sounded like a fight between a blender and a howler monkey. In the end, Gary escaped with 3 strands of spaghetti, part of a meatball, and his dignity mostly intact. Carl was given a medal by the chef, a meatball on a string, and promoted to chief noodle enforcer. To this day, Gary insists it was a victory, mostly because he tells the story to all the alley cats like this. And then I said, "You call that a meatball? I've seen better in a gas station microwave." And then I jumped out the window like a raccoon ninja. Boom, spaghetti secured. Nobody believes him. But they do admit he smelled faintly of oregano for a week.